think, as anything, it's a mixed bag. I think there's been some exemplary airports that have taken a very pragmatic approach, waiving MAGs, trading on percentage rent, restating MAGs, even to say MAGs will be restated based on current and new turnovers, extending terms, all of those things. So there's been some exemplary airports, and from our network, I'd like to call out Dallas. DFW has been an exemplary airport in how they've treated and helped us navigate through the crisis. There are other airports that even today I'm having to explain the difference of the impact of international traffic versus domestic traffic. And as I said, either because they don't want to hear it or it's not convenient for them to hear it, if you know what I mean. So, and there's obviously everything in between. Now, I think, Wendy, what you were alluding to was the partnership model. I think there's been a few call outs of airports entering into partnerships with travel retail operators. And certainly during the crisis, I think that was the only model that could be, I suppose, embraced in a new tender and a new business. I believe, was it a Lagardère that was successful in the partnership model in the region not so long ago in Santiago, I think it was.
I think that's the one that I'm thinking of, yes.
Peru.
Exactly.
Peru.
Peru.
Oh, sorry. So I think the partnership model is certainly the conversation I believe probably most of us have been trying to have with airports when it comes to new space or when it comes to new contracts, because when you don't have certainty of traffic and when you don't really know the level of risk you're taking on board for whatever capital investment you're going to make, then the only fair and equitable solution, as René was saying, is, okay, well, we're in this together, right? And I think it gives both the airport the confidence that they got visibility, that nothing's been left on the table, or whatever agreement they get to, and confidence to the travel retail operator that the airport's got their back covered and it's not going to result into a win-loss conversation as is usually the case in our industry. But I think in spite of having many of those conversations, the level of take-up is relatively low, right? And my fear, although Jose Luis and René, you'd probably echo the comments that we'd never want to go back to where we were. I think the reality in our industry is, I'm sure we'll be back there in 2 or 3 years' time, because it's the competitive nature of our market, and different travel retail operators have different strategies and different needs at different times. And unfortunately, for as long as it's as competitive as it is, I cannot believe that in 3 or 4 years' time, we won't be back into some of the same old issues that we had in the past.